The match between Chicago Bulls and Minnesota Timberwolves will take place at the United Center Stadium in the city of Chicago, United States. Actuality: Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota Timberwolves has been performing well in the NBA preseason 2023 to 2024, winning 3 games and losing 0. Last game between both teams. The last time these two teams faced each other was last March 17, 2023, in the framework of the NBA 2022-2023 regular season, where Chicago Bulls managed to win by a score of 139 points against 131 of Minnesota Timberwolves. The player who scored the most points for Chicago Bulls in that game was DeMar DeRozan with 49, while the player who scored the most points for Minnesota Timberwolves in that game was Mike Conley with 28. Get ready! We are ready to bring you the rebroadcast of the game between Chicago Bulls and Minnesota Timberwolves corresponding to the NBA 2023 to 2024 preseason game. First 2-point basket of the game, scored by Rudy Gobert of Minnesota Timberwolves. Chicago Bulls' Ayo Dosunmu gets a rebound on defense and starts his team's offense. Timeout in the game, called by Chicago Bulls. Minnesota Timberwolves substitution: Shake Milton leaves the court and Troy Brown Jr. enters. End of the first quarter. Chicago Bulls 20-28 Minnesota Timberwolves. 3-point baskets in the game, scored by Torrey Craig of Chicago Bulls. Chicago Bulls substitution: DeMar DeRozan leaves the court and Alex Caruso enters. Chicago Bulls' Nikola Vucevic gets a rebound on defense and starts the offense for his team. Timeout in the game, called by Minnesota Timberwolves. Second quarter ends. Chicago Bulls 51-52 Minnesota Timberwolves. Third quarter begins. Minnesota Timberwolves hopes to keep the lead and win the game. Minnesota Timberwolves' Naz Reid gets a rebound on defense and starts the offense for his team. 3-point basket in the game, scored by Naz Reid of Minnesota Timberwolves. Chicago Bulls substitute Nikola Vucevic leaves the court and Torrey Craig enters. Timeout in the game, it was called by Chicago Bulls. Third quarter ends. Chicago Bulls 76-88 Minnesota Timberwolves. Double free throw scoring in the game, the baskets were scored by Luka Garza. 3-pointer in the game, basket scored by Nikola Vucevic. Timeout in the game, it was called by Chicago Bulls. Double free throw scoring in the commitment, the baskets were scored by Dallin Terry of Chicago Bulls. End of the game. Minnesota Timberwolves won 105-114 over Chicago Bulls as visitors at the Kaseya United Center Stadium in Chicago.